What's up, people? This is FUAD, and this is my second video of this channel. My first video got blocked just because I'm saying something against Israel. This is how the world we're living in right now. I can't even watch and react to the news that some independent reporter doing it, and I got blocked. Alright, that's not what we're here for today. Today I'm just gonna watch the New York mayor debate. Let's see what's up, and hopefully, you know, they don't block me again for some fucking reason, you know what I'm saying?
The final Democratic primary debate in the race for mayor of New York City.
To be honest, bro, I didn't came for none of those fools. They're all trash, bro. The motherfuckers are all trash. They don't stand up for people. I did not start watching because of that. I was watching because of that one guy. You'll see it come out. That's what I'm here for. There you go. I'm here for Mamdani. Like, that's only what he said. I don't give a fuck what other men. They're all trash.
My name is Assemblymember Zahran Mamdani, and I am running to make the city affordable. I'll freeze the rent for millions of tenants, make buses fast and free, and deliver universal childcare. And before you ask, I'll pay for it by taxing the rich. The same billionaires who put Donald Trump back in the White House, the same ones who are funding Andrew Cuomo's campaign. Like many New Yorkers, I wasn't born in this country, but I grew up in this city, and it's one that we're in danger of losing. We're under attack from authoritarianism from the outside and an affordability crisis from the inside. Yet if you turned on your television 20 years ago, you'd have heard the same tired, failed policies you'll hear from politicians tonight. It's time for a new generation of leadership. Man, and that's exactly what my campaign is building. A movement of more than 36,000 volunteers who have knocked on nearly 1 million doors and left us just 2 points away from City Hall. Damn. So join us, and let's win a New York you can afford.
There you go.
Next is Andrew Cuomo.
There you go. That's a fucking clap. Everybody's clapping now.
Good evening, and thank you all very much for having me here today. Cuomo. I do have a very famous parent who I'm very proud of, shit. Matilda Cuomo, and I hope she's watching.
No shit.
Everyone has a plan, as you've heard. Everyone always has a plan. That's always the way. But the question for tonight is, who has the ability to get the job done?
What the fuck you did?
That's
didn't do
really
nothing,
the question.
Bro. Get the fuck out.
Who can take on Donald Trump? That is the big question. And he sent troops into cities all across this country. But he never sent them into New York when I was there, and he never will when I am mayor. A job looks easy when you haven't done it. Experience matters. I will get the job done. I will work for you.
What the fuck you did that
24/7.
What you did that when you were mayor?
Right now, in this situation, we're going to protect our immigrants. This is a sanctuary city, and we are going to defend the laws of the sanctuary city.
How though? Isn't it? I heard the news that cops are helping ICE. New York cops are helping ICE. That fool's lying. If you're lying to his teeth. Fuck you. He got supported by the same lobbyists. The same lobbyists supported him and Donald Trump. So what the fuck are you talking about, bro? You got supported by a fucking APAC. And then other fucking lobbyists. Dumb fuck. You have the same boss. People who giving you... He giving Donald Trump money too. What are you talking about, bro? I was tripping, bro.
You know, what is so troubling to see right now is we also have the NYPD assisting ICE in some of those very missions right here in New York City. We saw the Strategic Response Group arrest a pastor who was peacefully observing the arrest of a migrant at Federal Plaza. When I am the mayor, the NYPD will serve public safety of New Yorkers. They will not assist Trump's ICE agents. And furthermore, though Donald Trump may not believe in the law, we have to be clear that we do 200 additional lawyers and start to provide lawyers for immigrants who are in deportation cases, because we know that by doing so, we in fact increase their likelihood of coming home to their families in New York City by 11 times.
I do want to tell you, though, about some immigrant New Yorkers that Andrew Cuomo screwed when he was governor, and we're defending in my office.
Holy shit.
A couple of hundred immigrant subway cleaners who he made clean the subway cars but cheated out of the prevailing wages.
Oh, that's fucked up, man, Andrew. They're all coming for his ass. He's gonna get butt fucked by everybody, bro. That fool does look like a fucking dickhead. That fool fucking cheated. Look, this is what I'm saying. That fool fucking cheated immigrant. Like, how the fuck are you talking about gonna defend immigrant, bro?
I don't know what Mr. Lander is talking about. The MTA contracted for cleaning services. I assume that's what he's talking about. I had nothing to do with it. It would have been done
didn't
through
pay
the
them
MTA.
the proper wages. You cheated them out of the prevailing wages they were due and the health care they were due.
I didn't contract with them at all.
Bro, you were the fucking mayor that time.
Contracted
Who appoints
with them.
the chair of the MTA?
Oh, I see. So every contract at the
What?
MTA
So you're a mayor.
contracts, you want me to be held responsible?
Yeah.
This one, yes, because
You
a
get
couple of
realistic.
hundred immigrant
What?
workers got cheated out of $2.5 million and their health care, and the orders came from on high.
What I would ask is for them to judge me by the campaign that I am running.
There you
the
go.
campaign we began with about 2 full-time employees polling at 1%,
Damn.
but has now grown to be one where we manage over 36,000 volunteers that have knocked on nearly 1 million doors.
While other people are running for mayor, they don't look interested at all. They look boring as fuck. They do the same fucking shit, you know. They would tell you the same fucking thing. We need something fresh.
Experience matters. And I think
Oh, what?
inexperience
Stealing money?
is dangerous in this case.
Stealing money.
Mr. Mondami has had a staff of 5 people. You're now going to run a staff of 300,000 employees. He's never dealt with the city council. He's never dealt with the Congress. He's never dealt with the state legislature. He's never negotiated with the union. He's never built anything.
See, he's coming for Mondani. That's what it is.
To Mr. Cuomo, I have never had to resign in disgrace. I have never cut Medicaid. I have never stolen hundreds of millions of dollars from the MTA.
Shot fire,
I have never
bro.
hounded the 13 women who credibly accused me of sexual harassment. I have never sued for their gynecological records, and I have never done those things because I am not you, Mr. Cuomo. And furthermore, the name is Mamdani. M-A-M-D-A-N-I. You should learn how to say it,
bro.
because we got to get it right.
Mr. Mondami's right. He's never done anything, period.
Mr. Mamdani.
This is a man who
Mamdani.
This
Just
is
say the name right, Mamdani.
This is a man who has done nothing.
I want Mr. Cuomo to look out into the crowd and look at Richard Chow, who lost his brother to suicide because of the taxi driver debt crisis.
Damn.
And I want you to look at him and tell him that that's nothing.
Okay. Let's
You passed
let's move to
Damn.
we'll move to Mr. Stringer. Yeah.
That is crazy.
We're going to move on to a new topic, and I'm going to ask you as we come
Yeah,
down the
new
home stretch,
topic
we're in
show,
our final
buddy.
half hour. We're going to keep everything
the
a little
final
tighter,
on the
and I'll thank you in
special
advance for
people.
your cooperation.
Put it on the special people, bro.
Let's talk about the fact that even before the war between Israel and Hamas, to Jewish New Yorkers who are supportive of Israel and fear for their safety.
After the days of the horrific war crime of October 7th, a friend of mine told me about how he felt sitting in his synagogue for Shabbat services when he heard the door open and a chill went up his spine as he turned around, not knowing who would be there. And I heard that even just recently from a Jewish man in Williamsburg who told me how he locks the very door that used to be unlocked for so many years out of a concern for his safety. I will protect Jewish New Yorkers and deliver them that safety. I will do so as the next mayor of this city. And ultimately, what I will also say is to New Yorkers who have a disagreement with me on any issue, but also on the question of the Israeli government's policies, that disagreement, I know, is rooted in a shared sense of humanity. And in the words of Ed Koch, if you agree with me on 9 out of 12 issues, vote for me. 12 out of 12, see a psychiatrist.
And just as a follow-up, Mr. Mamdani, when it comes to the boycott and divestment movement aimed at Israel, which you have supported even before this campaign, what would you say to people who feel that that is an existential threat and that despite your position of wanting to keep people safe, they feel like you...
They talk about different fucking country, bro. Get the fuck out of here. Who give a fuck about other country? He's talking about New York and USA, bro. Fucking dumb fuck.
Core of my politics is a belief in nonviolence, and that my support for compliance with international law is support for nonviolent movements that seek to do so and build on the example that we saw with South Africa. And ultimately, what my focus will be, however, is not on what is happening outside of this city. It is going to be on making sure this is a city that is affordable for each and every New Yorker. What is currently the most expensive city in the country finally be one that the working class New Yorkers who built it can afford to live in. And to ensure that each and every New Yorker feels represented by me as their mayor. Because you can win an election with a majority, but it is your job to represent every single person across the city.
You never made a public visit to a mosque during your 10-plus years as governor.
Never.
Why the reluctance?
I would have to check the record. But let me correct the record here, if I might.
Dumbass.
Mr. Mondani is dangerously...
That's not that. Wait. That's not asking you.
Let me ask you about this. Because this was an issue in the 2018 campaign when you were running for re-election, when they said that in 7 years you had never visited a mosque. Did something happen in the several years beyond that?
I believe I have. I know I participated in many forums.
Answer the question, bro. Don't answer what the other guy saying.
I am not Off the top of my head, I can't tell you where I went, but I'll check the record and I will.
So let me just get to the point then. I mean, what would you say to more than 760,000 Muslims here in the city
Tell the fuck up, right?
about whether or not you would reach out to them, make them feel welcome, make them feel protected at a time when...
I would
That's
say,
right.
I would say we are a city of immigrants. I welcome them. I love them.
Shut the
I'm not
fuck
Mr.
up.
Mondani.
It is ridiculous to hear Mr. Cuomo talk about himself as a man of unity when just yesterday we found out that his super PAC was sending mail that artificially darkened and lengthened my beard to stoke the very fears of that division in this city. The reason he doesn't have a message for Muslim New Yorkers is because he has nothing to say to us. Because he doesn't see us as if we are every other New Yorker. And ultimately, the campaign that I am running is a campaign that seeks to go beyond the politics of the Trump era, where candidates on the stage describe me as a monster, describe me at the gates, where they say that I am, in fact, the other. This is a campaign to bring people together. It's why we have the support of Jewish and Muslim New Yorkers. It's why we have the support of people across the 5 boroughs.
What happened?
What makes our city so beautiful?
Well, that was fucking boring,
the reason
bro.
that people come here
that was fucking
all over the
boring
world.
as fuck. He didn't even know they're gonna ask him a question. Like, he's like, wait, with me? That feels like NPC, bro.
I am being mischaracterized on the stage for echoing the same words of a former Israeli Prime Minister, Ehud Olmert, who said recently, what we are doing in Gaza is a war of devastation. It is indiscriminate, limitless, cruel, and criminal killing of civilians. I say these things because far too often we take what can be a place of disagreement and instead start to broach beyond that.
There you go.
And these kinds of characterizations, they are part and parcel of what leads to the dehumanization in our city, which is why an elected official in our own city has called for me to be deported. It cannot be disentangled from what's going on right now.
Dumb fuck.
Thank you, candidate.
I'm telling you, Jewish people are nice, but the Zionists are like close to Nazi. That's what it is. Alright, people. This is FUAD. If you're watching, if you like it, like it. If you not, I don't give a fuck. But all I can say is fuck Zionists. Peace out.